Hello and welcome to part 3 of the Shaker Step Stool. I tell you, you probably just saw yesterday me painting this, and I really regret it. Doing it in my civilian clothes without taking the time to put on my overalls. I was too lazy and I figured I'm just going to paint this and it's not going to be a problem. Well, I first got paint on my hat and had to go wash that off. Then I got paint on my jacket and had to go wash that off. Got paint on my shorts. So I ended up standing in the garage almost naked at the sink furiously washing paint out of my clothes. And of course, just at that time, Lily comes walking out and wonders what the hell's going on with me. Why are you standing naked in the garage? Um, just another weird thing that I do that she's just like, this is such a weird husband that I have. But anyway, it'll be 30 years in August, which is pretty cool. Um, but one of the things why I'm so worried about that is because Emily always criticizes me for, quote, always having paint on my clothes. So all your clothes always have paint on them. So I was trying to kind of counter that by making sure that I wash them out so I don't have paint on my clothes. So anyway, if you want to see um, over here by the sink, those are all my clothes hanging up, and the hat is dry, and everything else is dry, but those are still sitting there. And yeah, and then picture me standing there without any of those clothes on at the sink, and Lily comes out, and I think that's a pretty funny visual. We put one coat of paint on the base, and that paint, it's a really nice quality Behr paint. It's, what is it, primer and paint in one, and it sure does, one coat. And I looked this over, and it's pretty good. I like it. I was coming out here to see if I needed to put another coat of paint on it, and I'm going to say nay, I do not. I need to put another coat of finish on these. I don't know whether you can hear that. Feel how rough that is? Because the first coat of any finish like that, it's going to bring up all of the little fibers of the wood. We'll knock those off with some like 400 or 320 or something like that, and give it another coat. But I can actually put another coat while these are on this base. The reason I did it unassembled is mostly because of painting this. This is the hard thing. If I had the tops on, it would have been hard. But now that I'm done painting this, I can put these on, and I think it'll actually be easier to put a coat on. I really worked hard not to have any globs of paint on this surface. I'm just going to kind of hit it with the sanding block one last time to make sure to knock off any kind of pieces of paint or globs or anything. And then what we can do now is go ahead and glue these on. So let's go do that now. Okay, so I've got my glue and I've got all my biscuits. This should be the right amount. And what we're going to do is put glue on here, put the biscuits in. This is B1, 1B. I don't know whether you can see my clamps. I have my clamp strategy kind of ready to go. I think what I'm going to do is put a small clamp here and a large clamp here and here, and do the same thing with this. Put a small clamp here and two large clamps there. So that makes 6 clamps, which I have, and I think we're ready to go. So let's glue this sucker up. Clamping from there. And that's going to make a nice tight joint. That looks great. Okay. Well, I think the old adage is true. You can never have too many clamps. I actually thought about adding one or two more, but then at some point I was like, that's good enough. So that's really going to add a lot of strength, even though that base out of poplar was pretty strong just by itself. Um, uh, gluing that top down with the biscuits is going to add strength to the whole thing. Probably anybody could stand on that, and I think it's going to withstand whatever anybody can dish out. So it's made to take abuse over the years. I want something to last, something that's nice, and I think that's great. I feel like I'm kind of losing some grip strength, and squeezing these just by hand is a little bit of a challenge for me at 57 years old. So what I did is I just grabbed these with my big channel locks, and then I just kind of use some mechanical advantage to get these things really, really tight on there. Okay, so this is just about done. Let's go ahead and take out the clamps. A couple of things that I wanted to point out. One of the things is with these quick grips, these have rubber feet, so you can go ahead and just put them right against the wood. If I use an older clamp like this is going to mar the surface right here. So even though this has like a little swivel, this doesn't have anything at all. It will mar the surface. So just put a couple of pieces of scrap wood in place, and then the wood's going to be fine. See? We didn't do anything to the surface. So, little quick tip. So let's go ahead and take the rest of these clamps off. That looks great. I really like the way that looks. That's going to be really nice. Okay, we can go ahead and put these feet on. These came out really nice. Man, that looks great. That looks really good. Let's see. Oh, those feet are great. And you can level it up if you want to. All right, I'll just give this a quick sand. This is, I think, 320 or something. All right, that looks really nice. We'll just leave that to dry for a few hours and then probably put at least one more coat. So, total of 3. So I think this just about does it for this project. I'm not sure what the ultimate use or who's going to get this. Probably my daughter at some point. But it was a really fun project, and had a lot of fun doing it. And, I was just thinking about contrasting it to the pet fence that I did the other day, which kind of was a pain in the butt. I didn't really enjoy doing that. Contrast, this one was really fun, a lot of fun things to think about, and it went together great. And so anyway, I just really enjoyed working on this, and hope you enjoyed watching it, and see you next time on Scott's Garage. Thanks for watching.